Hey guys, welcome back to Sacked in the Morning. Welcome back to another video. I'm your host Caleb, and Tottenham Hotspur are set to sign Morgan's Gibbs-White from Nottingham Forest on top of Mohamed Kudus. We got the here we go already from Fabrizio Romano. A £60 million release clause has been triggered by Tottenham Hotspur. And let's just put this into perspective now. I think Spurs have the third best centre-back partnership in the league behind Liverpool and Arsenal. I think that Pedro Porro is top right back. I think Udogi's questionable. But he's okay. I think Vicario is decent, but he does have mistakes. I think overall Spurs have a very, very solid back line. I think the midfield was one of the weakest points last season. Madison's inconsistent. Kulusevski was really good, but he's again inconsistent. You add Gibbs-White into that sort of number 8 role, it massively elevates Tottenham Hotspur. He was linked with, £100 million moves to Manchester City. They also went to Tajani Rangers. You got him. They probably do need another 6 just to strengthen it, because I think Basuma is very on and off as well. But now on the right, you've got Kudus, you've got Solanke, you've also got Odegaard, who showed a lot of promise towards the end of the season. Son might go, I'm not sure. I'm not necessarily sure until Johnson gets you goals. Overall, I think the Spurs side is very, very solid. I think you've got a solid base with the defence. I think you've got a good midfield. You've got Madison, you've got Kulusevski, you've got Morgan Gibbs-White. You need another 6 because I don't think Basuma is good enough. If you get another number 6 in, honestly, Spurs, I don't see why Spurs can't be finishing above Newcastle or Villa next year. That's my opinion. I think that they've obviously been linked with Vissa recently. I think reports are saying 50 million. Spurs won't go for that. I can't see anyone paying 50 million for 28-year-old. Unless Forest become desperate and they need to. What this tells us, though, is Tottenham Hotspur are moving. It shows Daniel Levy does care. He does want Spurs to succeed. They've spent a lot of money in the last couple of years under Ange Postecoglou. They've really shorted the defence out. Now it looks like they're strengthening the attack. They've got a good right winger and he can play on the left as well. They've got a good number 8 in as well. And what does this tell us about Nottingham Forest? Well, then it just shows they've lost probably their 2 best players in the last week. They've lost Alanga and now they've lost Gibbs-White. I wouldn't be surprised if Forest potentially dropped 17th next year. They're going to drop massively. Because, yeah, they're good defensively, but in terms of the goal threat, who are they going to bring in to replace the goals of Alanga and the sort of midfield dominance that Gibbs-White gives you? It's going to be a massive, massive drop-off. I can understand the frustration, but it is a release clause. And the thing that I'm most disappointed with Nottingham Forest, they made a lot of profit when it comes to Alanga. I know Man United had a sell-on clause, but they probably made, I think, 40 million, maybe 35 million in profit. Around 30 million profit. For Gibbs-White, they bought him for 42.5 million, I believe. They've now sold him for 60. They made £80 million profit. Newcastle and Aston Villa wouldn't get done like that. Newcastle wouldn't be selling someone like that for only 80 million profit. Aston Villa wouldn't be doing that as well. If Forest want to hang here with the big boys and sort of compete with the sort of top 6, they can't be letting these types of players go for such a cheap amount as well. Like Alanga, they got a good fee for, but Gibbs-White, they have not got a good fee from their perspective. I think it's a great deal for Tottenham Hotspur. I think Arsenal's probably looking at this and going, well, Arsenal fans are probably looking, well, we're going to spend, 50 million on Madueke. Spurs are going and getting Kudus for 55. They're going and get Gibbs-White for 60 million. Spurs are having a really, really good window. Fair play to Thomas Frank, by the way. He's coming and he's getting backed. I give Spurs, if I'm predicting now, based on what Newcastle and Villa have done this season, I will probably say Spurs. The only issue with Spurs, they couldn't handle twice a week last season. They couldn't handle that. I know they end up just siding the league off towards the end. They end up finishing 17th. That's not going to happen again this season. I think max Spurs will finish the season is 8th. They won't finish any lower than that. But whether they're able to compete on 2 fronts again, I think they'll get knocked out of all the cups, to be honest with you. Maybe potentially, if they get that number 6 in, they could finish above Newcastle for the next season. But as for Forest, I know that it looks like they might be promoted to Europa League, but I'll be very disappointed if I was a Forest fan. I'm very frustrated that it's not like they lost it to Man City. Forest, they've had one good season, realistically. They're not, anyone can have one good season. They literally finished 17th the season before that. But this has been a great, great signing for Tottenham Hotspur. And if I'm making my predictions now, top 8 minimum for Tottenham Hotspur right now, which is a massive jump up from 17. But let me know what you guys think. I think it's a fantastic signing for Tottenham Hotspur. Thank you for watching.